the courthouse. They were in court today gathering new information for us right now. But we're going to bring in our legal expert, Adam Ruther from Rosenberg, Martin Greenberg, to give us some perspective here. Adam, shocking that this happens so rapidly. I understand it's an unusual proceeding in the first place where prosecutors would ask for the overturning of a conviction. Why do you think it happens so quickly? Are you as surprised as we are?
Well, the question of how quickly it happens partially has to do with whether the court is available and the schedules of the parties. But here, the difficulty in making a decision like this is largely taken away when both the state and the defense are coming to the court asking for the same thing. If we had a situation where this relief was being contested by the state's attorney's office, then obviously there'd be a long, drawn-out process of litigating that issue. When both parties are asking for the same thing, it's much easier for the court to make a decision quickly.
Talks about these alternative suspects. Are they the key as to why it worked this time? Because 2 other times he has sought to have a new trial and it's been denied. So is that the difference here? And do you think they'll pursue them?
It probably makes a sizable difference. Obviously, when you're trying a case, having alternative theories to present to the jury as a defense attorney is an incredibly valuable thing. And I think it's easier for the state's attorney's office to look at the failure to disclose those alternative suspects to the defense as something that might have been a decisive factor. They look at this case and say, well, if that had been disclosed to the defense, it's a lot easier to see how that might have made a difference in the defense that they were able to present. And that's of constitutional dimension. That's the sort of thing that state's attorney's offices are required to present to the defense before trial so that they can use them. So I think the possible outcome, had that information been disclosed, would have weighed heavily on the state's attorney's office's mind in making this decision.
Well, obviously, Adnan Syed has been sent home, but on home detention, and they're saying there could be another trial. What is the likelihood of that? And also, what about those other suspects?
The likelihood of there being another trial depends on a number of factors, and it's largely sort of unknowable outside of the state's attorney's office. They need to make a decision as to what kind of case they could present. And frankly, whether they're satisfied that they would be prosecuting the right person based on everything that they know now. It's pretty rare that you get to sort of Monday morning quarterback a situation like this, but then go back to the game and make a different decision if you think that that's the right thing. So the question as to whether they're going to re-prosecute Mr. Syed, it would be speculation out here in the world where we don't have all the information in front of us. And they need to make that decision fairly quickly. The requirement is that it needs to happen in about the next 30 days.
Wow. All right. Thank you so much for giving us that interesting perspective. Adam Ruther, we appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Well, the countdown is on to November's general election. A new Goucher College poll out today. It's giving us some insight into big races and issues on the ballot. The poll surveyed just over 1,000 Maryland residents. In the race for governor, Wes Moore holds a 22-point lead over Republican candidate Dan Cox. 53% of the voters surveyed said they would vote for Moore, while 32% would vote for Cox. And when it comes to making recreational marijuana legal this November, the Goucher poll finds most of you are in favor. 59% of Marylanders surveyed say they would vote yes on the ballot question, while 34% said they would vote against it. 7% say they're still